Welcome to episode 1544 of the Multifamily Collective. Let's talk about disintermediation. This is a word that I think we all need to wrap our heads around as we advance into this world of AI, as we accelerate the pace of this world we call, or that involves AI, and will certainly involve the word disruption and reimagination, and all those terms that we've coined over the last who knows, 10 or 15 years. I say I was not involved in creating those terms, but I like them sometimes. That being said, I think disintermediation, just by way of definition and then by way of example, disintermediation is the reduction in the use of intermediaries. In other words, middlemen, people that insert themselves in the middle of a transaction and take a piece of the margin. Between producers and consumers, for example, by investing directly in the securities market rather than through a bank. So some modern day examples of that, if you think about Zillow, many, many years ago, Zillow set up basically an online inventory of homes where sellers could promote their homes for sale, buyers could go and look for homes, but there was not it was not designed to be an intermediary in the beginning. In other words, it wasn't going to take out real estate agents. Modern day versions of Zillow, there was an introduction of I can't remember the name of the product or the service that was bolted onto Zillow, but now there is this scenario where Zillow is eliminating the intermediary. So there is a disintermediation going on there in that a buyer can work directly with a seller. Another example of that, if you think about Netflix, many years ago, when they were, in the beginning, they were sending DVDs out to homes and then exchanging those on the consumer's timeline. But anyway, they moved quickly to streaming. Their catalog became the catalog of all of the big media producers. But then once they got an audience, they, in some cases, have taken the middleman out of the equation, and then in doing so, they've created their own content. Their effort to do so was just create our own content and distribute that on our platform. So I'm getting to a point here, and the point is this. There is, in my head, an opportunity. It's here. It's arrived. It's been a groundswell of activity that's been going on for the last, 10 or 15 years. Multifamily is always behind, but I think multifamily, the rapid pace of change, the change is happening at the constraint is coming in, right? So change and iteration is happening at a much swifter pace today than it ever has in the multifamily space. As it relates to disintermediation, I believe we are on the precipice of the big legacy institutional players on the property management system side are at risk. And in my head, the moat that they have developed and have enjoyed over the last, dating back to probably the 80s, is at risk, in my opinion, and rightfully so. I think I have nothing against the individuals at those particular organizations. I have nothing against their business. I imagine if I were sitting in their chairs, I would do the exact same thing that they've been doing over the last couple of years, or over that long bit of time, rather. But it's time. It's time for an owner who has the wherewithal to put it together themselves, using AI, using blockchain, using their own data, and using it in a way that is beneficial to their organization at a cost basis that is unbelievably lower. Let's just say it's a better cost basis than what we almost have to do today. I'm reading Elon Musk's biography right now, the latest book written about him, and Elon Musk is famous for this. If it's too expensive to buy something from a supplier, he just creates the manufacturing capability within the organization, and he just builds it himself. And he buys the raw material to put the thing together, whether it be a part for Tesla, be a part for SpaceX, whatever it is. If the The manufacturer, if the wholesaler, the person that is the intermediary in this scenario, boosts the cost such that it's just nonsense, just build it yourself. And the punchline to this video, and sorry I'm getting long-winded here, is that the punchline today is, look, there will be some smart organizations, some forward-looking organizations, some visionary organizations that are going to bolt these things together. And they're going to come up with their own property management system. And it's not going to look anything like today's property management systems. It's not going to look anything like it. But it is going to function and produce the outputs and take a lot of friction out of the system and yield a better outcome for all constituents, especially in the way of cost. It's happening. It's happening right now. And I'm excited about it. And I'll be I'll be hopefully right at the leading edge, if not the bleeding edge of that, in terms of helping those people who are bolting those things together, and or being an early adopter and or practitioner of those things that are being bolted together right now, because I've waited for this moment in time for 30 years. 30 years I've waited for this moment, and it is here, and I can't wait, and I'm almost gleeful about it. And again, it's not that my gleefulness is not because I have a disdain for current PMS legacy players. It's just that it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to signing up for the big legacy players. You don't have to do it anymore. You just don't. You don't have to do that. You can, those particular organizations, the disintermediation of those organizations and other platforms that build moats around their businesses, that day is over. I believe that day is over. We are right on the precipice of that day being over, and you can finally be free from it, and you can create a property management system that works for you in your business at a cost structure that is hugely lower than what you are putting out today. And your system will be potentially better. It will be better. So anyway, I'm rambling now. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.